On behalf of JU student community, I thank all of you for being here. We are very encouraged to see the response from all of you. I would like to express my gratitude to the Journalist Study Center and Sudipto Mondal in particular, who encouraged me to come here. And as you know, there is an atmosphere of fear being created for JU students everywhere. But we believe that the people of this country, that the progressive civil society of this country, and the journalists who are neutral in their reportage, who are unbiased in their coverage, they still stand with us. The RSS is trying to create a situation where they are trying to make it seem as if everyone is against JNU, but as we know, that is not the case. And I have here with me two other students from JNU, as Sudipto has already introduced. My name is Shella. This is Akbar, he is a former JNU Student Union President, and Mohit is also an ISA activist and long-term, he has been active on the question of educational rights for a very long time. And he was one of the backbones of the Occupy UGC movement for fellowships. Some of you may know about the Occupy UGC movement, which was for non-net fellowships, because this government had withdrawn the non-net fellowships. We are here in Bangalore for a 2-day visit, and we will try to have maximum interaction with people and students and activists. However, as you know, that one of the main ways of reaching the people today is the media. And all of you have seen how some sections of the media have reported the incident and tried to create a frenzy by circulating doctored videos, fake photos, etc., mock photos. So therefore we request all of you who are journalists, or generally some of you may not even be journalists, but you can use your Facebook, your social media, your blogs to take our voice to the people of this country. We will be addressing students and activists in several parts of the country, including Kerala, Bihar, Chandigarh, and other places of the country. We will try to reach the maximum number of people. I will not speak very much. I will just speak for about 15 minutes, and then I will open up to questions, because I am sure that many of you have a lot of questions to ask. So I guess I will speak in English.
Yes.
Yeah, English.
Can you come to the podium?
Okay.
We are not able to see you.
Así no son pasar sí.
Mic is on there.
Huh?
All our mics are there. Camera mics.
No. Yeah, actually, let's go back. Just go back. The mics are there. Can you just camera mic?
Okay, you have to decide one place.
No, just accept it.
If friends from here could move a little to the left. So first of all, I would like to start with the 9th of February incident. We all know that among the left, which is strong in JNU, there are several sections, and we all have political differences with one another. And similarly, the left and the other sections, such as the Ambedkarite sections, we all have differences among one another. We criticize one another, but there is a culture of tolerance, there is a culture of respect in JNU, and this respect does not only extend to left activists. Even ABVP is allowed to have their programs in JNU. They have had programs on very contentious issues that could spark tension, that could create divisions among the student community, like, for example, Love Jihad and Ghar Wapsi. They have held programs on all of that. But in JNU, everyone is allowed to have their programs. And we believe that this is the way it should be throughout the country. On the 9th of February, some students, they organized a program, some students of JNU, they organized a program criticizing the execution of Afzal Guru. And we believe that everyone in our democratic country has the right to express their dissent, has the right to express their difference. Even with can we have some It's getting a little distracting, please. So I will continue speaking because I do not want to take a lot of time. I would request friends at the back to please settle down. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the end. So on the 9th of February, some students in JNU organized a program criticizing the execution of Afzal Guru. Many of us, feminists, human rights activists, left activists, Ambedkarite activists, have differences with the we have a principal difference with death penalty. In addition to that, there are many chief justices, there are many lawyers, there are many jurists and many national law universities which have used the Afzal Guru case as a case study, just like any other, just like the Nithari case, just like the 16 December case. And if we say that in this country, no one is going to have the right to talk about court judgments, to talk about cases where death penalty has been awarded, we think that it is wrong. We think everyone has a right to express their opinions over different court judgments, over different laws in fact, and that is how law in this country has proceeded. That is how the legal system has interacted with the political system, and there have been changes in the law. There have been amendments in the constitution. There have been laws which have been amended. There is nothing wrong about that. There were some slogans which were raised on that incident. However, after repeated condemnations, the JNU Student Union condemned some of those slogans. All the student organizations condemned some of those slogans. However, the RSS, the BJP government, is hell-bent upon shutting down JNU. What is all that about? Why do they want to shut down JNU? We know the ABVP raises many slogans. For those of you who understand Hindi, their slogans, what are their slogans? Khoon se tilak karenge, goliyon se aarti. What does that mean? That we will spill blood and we will fire bullets. That is what it means. But they are not put behind the bars, and we do not want to put them behind the bars. We can condemn their slogans. We do condemn their slogans. For example, in one of the instances in JNU, when some people raised a slogan, Jhabwa ke rapistoon ko, they said, ek mauka aur do. So as in, they are saying, give one more chance to the rapists. That is what they say. But we do not see them behind the bars for that. We do not also want to see them behind the bars. Because the university is a place where students decide by consensus which political organization or which political ideology is best for them. We cannot achieve this by putting behind bars either the ABVP people or people of the left. And the arrest of the JNU Student Union president has set a very bad precedent. It has set a very bad precedent. Tomorrow, the JNUSU president can be from ABVP, and the government can be of Congress party or of any other party. It sets a very bad precedent. It sets a very bad example for the future. The university's autonomy has been vandalized. And one more point. This is not really about the slogans. What happened after the 9th of February incident, the arrest of the JNUSU president, the slapping of sedition charges on students, the repeated attacks on students and teachers, all of this is not about the 9th February incident. This is not about Kashmir's secession. This is not about Afzal Guru. There are two reasons for that. First of all, that the ABVP has tried to disrupt several programs. It is not just about Kashmir. In Hyderabad Central University, they tried to disrupt the screening of Muzaffarnagar Baki Hai, which triggered a chain of events which ultimately led to the institutional murder or the suicide, as you like to call it, of Rohit Vemula. That is how it started. It started with the screening of Muzaffarnagar Baki Hai. In BU, in JNU, they again tried to stop the screening of caste on the menu card, Muzaffarnagar Baki Hai. All of this they tried to stop. So it is not about Kashmir secession. They have a problem with the idea of debate, discussion and dissent in general. Both the ABVP and their parent party, the RSS. And why this is not about slogans and why this is not about nationalism, there is also a second reason to that. The reason is that after the 9th February incident, every attempt has been made to defame JNU, to shut down JNU, to spread lies about JNU. Smriti Irani lied from the floor standing on the floor of the parliament, standing on the floor of the house. She spread several lies about JNU. Several BJP MLAs like Gyamdev Ahuja, they have made extremely regressive statements about JNU. And they have run a campaign called Shut Down JNU. So this shows that their problem is not with the slogans or with the nature of the program. Their problem really is with the fact that JNU is a public funded institution. In JNU you can get affordable accommodation. That really is their problem. The government has launched a severe attack on students, on teachers, on academicians, on intellectuals, on the very tradition of thinking that our country is known for. And their attack is very evident. Ever since they have come to power, this attack, we have been witnessing it, we have been anticipating it actually. It started in Ambedkar Periyar Study Circle in IIT Madras, which was banned, and after an outcry, they had to revoke the ban. In FTII, Gajendra Chauhan was imposed against the will of the students. Students were arrested so that Gajendra Chauhan could be given an entry into the